and welcome to another episode of the Skin and Soul podcast. I'm your host, Emily Fouts, and in today's episode, I'm kind of going to be talking about transfer of energies and just energy in general. So I think a lot of people that aren't familiar with this line of work where you're placing your hands on someone, you are touching someone. So in some regard, it is, I don't know any other word than to say intimate. So in that regard, you do have a transfer of energy. So some people might think this is like a little kind of out in left field, but it's really not. Some people can get a little more into it, but in a general sense, it is all very real. And basically what transfer of energy is have you ever been around someone that is just like a negative personality? They gossip all the time. Every time you're around them, you just like don't look forward to being around them because they make you feel icky. That's what transfer of energy is. You absorb like what you're around. If you're around people that you enjoy, people that are positive, people that support you, you're going to feel happier. That's because you're getting that transfer of energy. Just like if you walk into a space that calms you, like you like to walk in nature, you like to be outside, you're absorbing that. If you watch a TV show that is very dark, like something about murder, it might make you feel like, I don't want to watch this. That is a transfer of energy. So just for some people that might not be aware of it, that's kind of how I like to explain it. So transfer of energy in the practice as an esthetician, it is myself and my client in the room. So first of all, the first step that I do to ensure that we have a good positive transfer of energy, a good experience, is I like to create a positive ambiance in my room. I like to have lighting, I like to have decor, colors, music, comfort level. Everything is checked. The energy level is good in that sense, or the feeling in the room. Some people get caught off by calling it energy. They think, it's like hippie, crystals, all this stuff. It's not. I'm not like that, and that's fine if you are. But I grew up in a very conservative community from the South, and so when I first started working as an esthetician, and I did work alongside some people that were like into Reiki and into the chakras and stuff, I was like, you guys are whack. But now I've started to understand it a little more and not be so closed-minded and judgmental, and really understand that positive and negative influences are a very real thing. So I make sure that I'm in a good space before my client comes in, and so that influences their experience. And now that I've reached that level where I understand that my influence is going to impact their experience, very, very rarely do I ever have a negative experience with the client. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. And you maybe need to check your energy, check your space, check where your state of mind is. So, that's something that I'm proud of, that it did take several years to kind of do, to make sure that I don't have those types of, and you can't control everything. Someone might be a very negative person, and even though you have all those things set in place to influence their experience, they might just be in such a bad state of mind where it rubs off on you and there's nothing you can do to make their service enjoyable. But luckily I haven't had that happen in a very long time. And I've never had Reiki done. That is more of an experience that is purely just about the transfer of energy between the practitioner and yourself. I believe they're focusing on your chakras and all of that, which I really don't have much knowledge into chakras, nor do I really have much interest in it. My interest in understanding is more just about physical touch when I am, doing the facial. and I'm touching someone, I do it with a gentle touch, I do it with a caring touch, and I feel that that has a lot of meaning. And people even subconsciously will appreciate that and will feel like the care that I'm putting into the service. So that is mostly where my transfer of energy comes from, is as I'm touching them, I'm doing the service, I'm doing it with care, and then I'm listening to them, I'm understanding them, and the way that I speak to people. I have had people tell me that I have a very calming presence, soothing presence. My voice is kind of monotone sometimes. I don't know, I think subconsciously that's something that I do to soothe people, because that's just always been how I am, is I want to put people at ease. And I want there to be a balance. So there are, some other people that are, like I said, I don't know any other, without sounding rude, like out in left field, or they're more into it, they're more into like the metaphysical properties of energy and all of that. And that's not something that I'm into. I don't believe in like tarot card readings. I don't believe in some of the metaphysical stuff, because this is just a personal thing. I don't judge you if you do that. It's just something that I choose not to do, because I feel like it's opening the door for other negative things to happen, because I am a Christian, and that's just not something that I believe in and relate with. But the transfer of energy is very real, and I think that's why I have a good success rate in client retention and connections with my clients. Just actually people in general. I mean, and I hate talking about myself like this, but this is a podcast. I'm just talking to you guys. That's why you guys are listening, is so, you can relate and you can just hear me talk about whatever the hell I'm talking about. But people in general, they've always opened up to me very easily. And, for a little while I wasn't sure. I was like, why the heck are these people telling me these personal things? Like, I don't want to know this about you. But certain people have a presence about them that is very comforting, and makes you feel like you can open up to them and that you can share personal things with them, because they just offer this presence and this energy about them that is very understanding and welcoming. And I've happened to be one of those personalities, and I've embraced it now. And I think also in this line of work, it's something that helps and something that's beneficial. So this goes along with talking about energy. The transfer of energy is what you're surrounding yourself with. Most importantly, the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So if you're in a state of mind right now where you're feeling like really stressed, or you're feeling anxiety, you're just feeling these negative emotions as a result of who you're friends with or who your coworkers are, the people that are around you, and they're contributing to this state of mind. They're bringing you this drama, they're bringing you this stress, or they're even, not them, but if the situation that you're in is contributing to your state of mind where you're focusing on these negative emotions, you might need to recognize that. I think a lot of people have trouble recognizing that the situation they're in and the people that they're around is actually what is causing this. So I'm at a point where I don't have friends, I don't pursue friendships that bring me any type of negative feeling, and I set up boundaries with family members that contribute to these emotions, to keep myself safe and to keep my life peaceful, because I am very I can become very affected when I don't set up those boundaries, and I let other people's problems affect me. I do become very consumed by it, so it's very important that I do have those boundaries. So you need to recognize that these people that you're around, the situation that you're in is making you feel this way, and you need to guard yourself, set up your boundaries, possibly cut these communications, or if not, cut the communications because there's someone that is in your life, or it's a situation that you can't get out of at this moment. You just need to set up a boundary and realize that it's not something that needs a reaction, that you are just understanding that this person or situation is bringing this effect on you, and that you have control over how you respond to it. That's the biggest thing for me that I had to learn, was that it wasn't the situation in itself or the people that I was around in itself. It was the fact of how I was responding to it. And so now when something happens, I'm like, oh, okay, well, this happened, or this is what this person is saying to me, and this is how this person is acting. That's not my issue. My issue is in how I respond to it. So I'm not going to choose to let myself get angry about it. I'm just going to do what needs to be done, take the logical steps in, fixing. If it's a problem, here's the solution. Don't get all caught up in it, and respond to it in a chaotic way or a stressful way. And I do take anxiety medication, so that's helped me calm my mind a lot more now and not be so reactive, where I can collect my thoughts and be like, okay, that's fine. This is what we're going to do. Or be able to collect my thoughts before I respond to someone if I am agitated, because it doesn't help any situation if you just add stress or drama to it. So I hope my thoughts aren't too crazy right now. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I don't have anything written down or whatever, but yeah, to me, it's kind of like, it was a big path of enlightenment for me to realize that really my peace of mind is in how I respond to things. And I try to, like with my husband, when he gets mad about something, like we have a toddler, and if you have a toddler, they can be so frustrating, but that's not something that you can control. The situation is like, if you're presented with a frustrating situation, it's going to get more frustrating if you present it with more frustration. Where if you present it with peace and understanding, then it's going to become calmer. The seas are going to settle. So I try to tell him, like, this doesn't deserve that type of response. Like, this isn't something you can control. So, like, just let it be. Don't react to it. And, that's been a big path of enlightenment for me, learning to react to things with more peace. And that has brought me more peace in my life. I definitely would be open to getting Reiki done in the future. I say I haven't really had Reiki done before, but I did have it done once, but it was by someone. I don't think that they were actually trained in Reiki, or our energy just wasn't vibing. She was approaching the massage with kind of a different stance than what I understood it to be, and she was asking me very personal questions and kind of approaching it as if she was psychic, and that's not something that I relate with, or that I completely believe in, is psychic abilities. And I was just like, this is not what I asked for. This is weird. And it caught me off guard, but I would definitely be open to a Reiki session by someone that approaches it with a relaxing and calm and understanding energy and a comforting energy, because I kind of just want to experience that and see if I would respond to it. So I definitely would be open to that. If anyone knows anyone in Colorado Springs area that offers good Reiki massage or Reiki sessions, let me know. I'll put a questionnaire in my story. So if you guys did make it this far, thank you so much for listening. I will see you guys next Monday, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for another episode.